Hello, hello. Today I'm so excited to be live with Emilia Nagy from the Husband School for Feminine Leaders. And we are here to have a discussion about accepting versus rejecting. So if you find yourself accepting or rejecting very definitively all the men that end up in your dating match pool, we are going to be helping you figure out what to do about that.
And why? Because accepting and rejecting are like the black and white. And we don't want to be doing the black and white. We want to be accepting the healthy men and rejecting or sending away the unhealthy men as fast as possible. And so we don't want to be rejecting everybody and we don't want to be accepting everybody. We need to be sorting. So we're going to talk about that. What did they call it in the Tao? The middle way, or
yeah, exactly, the middle way.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the middle way that needs to happen when you're dating, so that you're not black and white, you're not rejecting or accepting, you are selecting.
Selecting is the word of the day. Emilia's word for this is calibrating. What you want to be doing is calibrating to the right kind of man, or the man that you are trying to call into your life. So will you elaborate on that maybe a little bit more, Emilia? What it means to select.
Yeah, what it means to select. I will elaborate on calibrate. I just love that. Sorry, how to do that.
Absolutely.
How to do that. Okay, so basically, you guys, I see this a lot. Okay, women are too scared that they'll send away a good guy, so they over accept, right? They accept too many men and not the right men, right? They'll accept offers that don't actually work for them, but they'll try to make it work, or the opposite, which is women will reject guys that are actually good guys, and they won't give them a chance. They won't give them information that they need to succeed. And they'll do that because they're worried of getting hurt. They're worried of attracting the wrong man again, right? And so they end up rejecting everybody when we can't be black and white. We have to be selecting. So what are the criteria and how do we select? Well, the first criteria, as I always coach, is that you should be looking for a man who is masculine, who is healthy, and who is ready. Those are the top three criteria. So how do we select for a man who is masculine? Alana, should I take it? Should I continue, or you go ahead and talk on this?
Fast answer, go.
Well, how to select for men that are masculine if you're dating online is they're generating the connection, right? So I teach, don't go out there, don't be looking at profiles, don't be shopping. It's not a shopping catalog, right? You are going to be responding to the men that come into your inbox, like whoever likes you, and then if they message you, you message them back. And so that already puts you in the receiving and reciprocating energy. And from there, you can observe how does he respond to that, and which puts you in a selecting stage. You're interacting with him. You're not in the, I'm gonna reject him because in this profile picture, he's ugly, which by the way, if I had done that, I would have never married my husband because he sent me a photo of himself in his dirt biking gear. So had I just been like, whatever, right? So we don't actually use the profile much in the selection process. We actually screen more for energy. Are they generating the connection? So that's the first thing to select for.
Yeah, I love that. I love that you say scanning for the energy, because that is really what it turns out to be about in relationships, is that it's the give and take of the relationship with the person. And I often see women are not able to even notice the energy that's happening between them and a man, because of all of the fear and anxiety and the worry about being perfect and getting it right that goes into what then becomes this rejection or accepting what we don't want energy, instead of really getting into the connection and the heart, the heart of who this man across from you is and who you are in connection with him. There tends to be, yes, again, this very much like, ooh, I need to put him in this category or this category, right? I'm either going to be it's almost then you get into the pursuing, right? You get into the I got to get this man to want me, or you go into the this isn't for me very quickly. And that's, it's our fight, flight, or freeze, right? That's our nervous energy making decisions for us, instead of us being in our sovereignty, being in our sovereign dating mode and getting the outcome that we really want, which is true love.
Yeah, and actually engaging in that process, right? Because that is vulnerable. That takes being in the unknown and staying present with yourself and staying sovereign with yourself, right? So that's why it's so much easier for us to be like, okay, well, reject, accept, right? We either reject or, oh, we're gonna just make this thing mean the world, when really we should just be engaging.
Yeah.
Yeah, engaging to select.
Yeah. So that's masculine. The second one is?
So the first one was the masculine energy, right? The second one is he healthy masculine energy, which that takes a little bit longer to determine, because you want to go, have a few different interactions and how you interact over time. You don't need a lot of interactions. You need 3, 5, maybe 10, but you can tell fairly quickly. Well, we can tell, I guess. That's what we want to teach you. But so are they healthy? So are they healthy in their masculine energy? Like, are they not just generating, but are they also listening about what you need? And are they caring? Are they engaged with what they're generating and who they're generating it for? Right? Because there are men who generate, but they're generating like fireworks over here.
For themselves instead of for you in relationship.
Yes.
And you really want to make sure that you are engaging with men who are able to hear you and provide what you want.
And to do that, and this is the part about selecting, you want to give them quality information. So a lot of times women tell me, oh, he asked me where to go for a date. And it's like, tell him. He just wants to know how to make you happy, what kind of food you like. Tell him you prefer spaghetti over sushi. I mean, that's a perfectly good thing to do. And that's the piece about calibrating your partnering, right? When you're like, oh, he's asking me, and then you want to reject him because that's easier, right? That's the fight, flight, nervous energy. If you reject him for asking you where you want to go, it's like you might just honestly be sending a good man down the river, right?
Yeah.
Throwing the baby out with the bathwater, all those things.
I have a whole video on how to start telling men what you want so that they can make you happy. I will link it down below.
So that's the third piece, right? Is he masculine? Is he healthy? And is he ready? And how you select is you partner, right? You're not going to reject, you're not going to accept, but you are going to offer quality information and offer partnership so that you can stay in that reciprocal connection that Ilana was talking about, so that then you can determine, is there a flow? Is there a connection that can continue flowing? And that's how you stay out of the black and white. You got to be in the middle.
Yeah.
The middle way.
And I would say that's how you create relationship, right? That is you building intimacy over time. It does take some time often, but it also takes this reciprocity, right? It's really all about the energy. And is the energy flowing? Does he generate it? Is he interested in listening to what you have to say and really taking care of what you have to say? Is he kind? Is he generous? All of that kind of stuff.
Just remember not to go in the black or white and stay in the middle lane and of the connection, of the presence, of the sovereignty.
So if this was helpful, go ahead, like and subscribe, and I'll hope to see you in the next video. Thank you, Emilia, so much for joining.
Good time. Oh, and we're in Budapest, by the way.
We are in Budapest. We spent all day at a spa, which is why our hair is like this.